Welcome back. This is Pinkpeep, continuing my Let's Play of Xenonauts. Last time we fought against a downed scout, and although we won, we suffered some pretty devastating losses of two of our initial starting soldiers, and that is not good. I've spent some time mourning and recovered my confidence, and I think I'm ready to go for this terrifying night mission against another scout. Hopefully it will fare somewhat better. I have no reason to suspect it will, but I hope it will. And the month is just over, and our funding is on. And as you can see, the countries that we protected well, which were right next to were in the Middle East and right next to Northern Africa and Europe, and those are all gone up. But South America, Central America, Australasia, Indochina, probably one we should have gotten a little up on, but you know it happens. But overall, we lost $46,000 a month, which is not too bad. I mean, we should be able to make that up once we build our next base, which I'll be doing probably right after this mission. I'll get our next base started. This should be a pretty fun / terrifying UFO assault. See, it's undamaged, so it's going to have a full strength crew and heavy resistance, and I'm sure that will prove to be the case. And on night missions, you can see we start with an infinite amount of these flares, which are helpful, though it's time consuming to throw out flares all over the place. And you have to be careful, because if you walk into a flare that you've thrown, you will be illuminated to the aliens, and that just doesn't help anybody. And it appears like we're in another open field kind of map, which is exactly where I want to be after our last mission. Clearly, my soldiers are expert at dealing with that kind of situation. I think I'm going to move these all out behind cover here. Should be alright here, unless there's an alien looking out over this way. And indeed there is! I must be psychic. Well, auspicious start to this mission. Let's see. First we have to see him. There he is. At least we have soldiers ready to shoot the ever-loving crap out of them. There we go. Oh, there were two down here. Very nice. And he is hurt. But I think he's going to survive this turn. Don't think there's anything I can do about him at the moment. Okay. Well, I could run up and hit him. I've never been entirely certain if ballistic damage is cumulative with stun damage. I believe that it is. If it's anything like the original XCOM, it is. I think we should try it out. I don't want to leave him any more shots at unarmored Xenonauts if I can help it. And that does not appear to be the ultimate best decision. He could still survive. Maybe. He is suppressed. Oh, and for some reason he thinks suppressing him is all he needs to do. So I will take that. Maybe he felt bad for me. There we go. I think we'll stay along this little wall here. It proved to be very effective cover for them. It should be very effective cover for me. And I'll screen out this way with my riot shield people. And there's the UFO. Okay, it's a light scout. I didn't even pay attention to that. Probably means we've killed all, or maybe all but one outside the craft. And they definitely have better night vision than you, so if they're lurking in just a little corner that you didn't quite make it to explore, they could always shoot you in the back as you pass by. But I think we are alright. Their night vision does nothing for them inside the UFO. And of course, with the addition of armor, our supply of flashbangs has been greatly diminished, so we definitely need our unarmored troops up here to support with those. Alright. And just 2 aliens. Okay, that's not bad. 2 civilian aliens. Or non-combatants, they call them. Oh. And he missed horribly with the flashbang. That's nice. Maybe we can get somebody who can actually throw. That would be of benefit. There we go. I'm sure everybody's going to be rubbing their eyes on the way home, wondering what the heck is wrong with that person. He's probably not going to have a fun plane ride. Really? Okay. This is not at all an ideal situation. I think we can still do this. Yeah. Oh, with an 82% chance to hit with 3 different bullets from every shot. and he misses. And nobody has enough time units to do anything of any effect. I suppose I could throw a smoke grenade in there, but I don't think at point blank range that has any effect whatsoever. Hopefully his armor will save him. This has just not been a good set of missions. Ouch. At least he was suppressed, so he only got off one shot. And not too badly damaged. You see the armor took him down to about half health with a point blank pistol shot, so it definitely helps. Okay. Only, 5 out of our 8 people are injured. Oh, the person who got shot and died is actually only critically injured and wounded for 21 days. But as you can see, when they do certain accomplishments, they get medals that give them bravery, and the more bravery, the less likely they are to be suppressed under fire. This one's for sustaining a very bad wound, and this one is for extermination of 5 extraterrestrial units in combat. So that's good. Even though it survived, it still counts as a Xenonauts not lost. I suppose that's fair. I can take the hit and score to keep the soldier. And all the civilians and local forces survived. We got $30,000 for that one, which I guess doing the light scout hole did not give us any additional technology. That's a little unfortunate. But not too bad. And to build the new base, this is pretty important that you get this done as soon as possible because you have to keep up your funding. And obviously the place we are lacking is over in the Americas. I generally like to do it in this little area down here, so it gives you a pretty wide selection of all of them right in the central area. Let's call this Ameripeep. Okay. And it takes 10 days for the basic central structure of the base to be built, so we can't do anything until that's done. And we're done with the alien plasma technology. Studying the innards of the alien plasma pistol and plasma rifle has given us a basic understanding of the science behind extraterrestrial directed energy weapons. We remain some distance from replicating plasma-based weapons ourselves, even in a laboratory setting, but our work raises the tantalizing possibility of battlefield laser weapons. A brief explanation of the generation of a plasma bolt is as follows. Firstly, the weapon draws power from an selenium cell and uses it to fuel a powerful array of particle accelerators. Secondly, these accelerators superheat a large number of atoms into a state of ionized gas within the heat-proof chamber of the weapon. Thirdly, 2 helical spirals of electromagnets in the barrel of the weapon pulse simultaneously, drawing the plasma from the chamber and spinning it into a bolt while accelerating it to muzzle velocity. Finally, a graviton emitter in the muzzle of the weapon launches a graviton particle into the plasma bolt as it exits the barrel. This graviton particle is incredibly important. In laboratory conditions, it has been observed to possess a strong gravitational pull that prevents the bolt from dissipating into a useless cloud of hot gas. The science behind this process is unclear. It is the first time we have observed a graviton, but it probably explains the large difference in range between the alien plasma pistol and plasma rifle. Sadly, we have no idea of how to replicate this gravitational field ourselves, and without access to an effective anti-gravity emitter, the useful range of our most powerful lab-based plasma generators is only a few inches. One would hope that study of more advanced alien weapons may shed more light on the process. In the meantime, our efforts will be better focused on the development of battlefield laser technology. We have learned enough from studying the power distribution and cooling systems of alien weapons that I believe I can replicate them in our own designs, making building man-portable laser weapons from these new alien materials a theoretical possibility. I don't know. I could utilize a weapon with plasma only a few inches away. I don't think that's out of the question. I have people with riot shields. And definitely want the laser weaponry. I think that's our best option here. Yeah. And I believe we were working on more armor. Let's make that armor for everybody. Clearly everybody is in extreme danger of being shot at any time on any mission ever. What did we order? Oh yes, the soldiers, that's right. This person's going to be... See, when they're wounded, they can't even be on the ship, so he's or she is out for at least 12 days. So I'll have to put somebody else on there. Laser weaponry. Infantry laser weapons previously existed only in the realms of science fiction. Any laser powerful enough to be a viable combat weapon would need a battery the size of a truck, the word impractical being an understatement. The arrival of alien technology has changed all of this. The enormous energy content of an selenium crystal allows a battery no larger than a standard ammunition magazine to generate up to a dozen laser beams, each capable of burning through an inch of steel. Superconducting ceramics can be used to cool the weapon, storing the waste heat from each shot and dissipating slowly enough to avoid injury, provided one is careful where they place their hands. This eliminates the need for bulky refrigeration units, reducing the size and weight of the weapon significantly. In order to minimize adjustment time for our troops, our laser weapons have been designed to operate like conventional firearms and have similar range and accuracy to the predecessors. There are some notable differences, most obviously the improved damage thermal shock weapons inflict upon their targets. Less favorably, a laser weapon will have roughly half the ammunition capacity of a ballistic weapon. In order to streamline this process, we have designed a single standardized battery for all of our laser weapons. The design is not complex, a cylindrical steel jacket that contains an selenium crystal and locks into the weapon with a simple twist. These power cells are trivial to manufacture compared to the weapons themselves, so are available in effectively unlimited quantities. Be aware that manufacturing these weapons consumes a large amount of alien alloys and is both expensive and time-consuming, but I still believe they represent a good investment despite this. At the very least, some new toys may raise morale amongst your men. And I do think that's my favorite part of getting past the initial weapons, in addition to the damage, is that one type of clip will work for all of the new types of weapons. So if you're using a, say, rifle in your hands and you need a shotgun, but you're out of ammo for one, the same ammo clip is going to work for both of them. So that's always pretty useful. And now we can research the heavy laser weapons. I think it gives us all of the basic infantry weapons except for the machine gun version of the laser, and this also does the laser version of the aircraft cannon. But since I focus more on the Foxtrot interceptors, I think the Elenium for the Elenium explosives might be a better use, since we're going to be manufacturing most of the basic laser weapons anyways. About 2 days until they're done with the armor. Then we can get started on the fun weapons. And the armor is done. I'm always torn of what weapons to start off with first. I always feel like the sniper rifles are the best. I probably do shoot things the most with the sniper rifles. The machine guns are less accurate and they suppress things. Though maybe the carbines, the laser version of the shotgun, those are pretty useful. I do get close. It is always terrifying when they survive a close-up shot with a shotgun and you did not intend them to. So maybe I'll do... I think I'll stick with the sniper rifles since the shotgun people have the stun weapons as their primary. And it'll take 8 days for that to get done with the 15 engineers, so obviously manufacturing weapons takes up a bit of time. Especially since they do a good job in this game of making you need different varieties of weapons. I used to just have one loadout and I'd use it for everything, like when I went into a UFO, when I went into a terror mission, into an alien base, whatever, I'd always use the same loadout. But in an alien base, for example, all the rooms are small, and sniper rifles are not the most effective, so I feel it's best to have a good selection of different types of weapons. And we're done with the Elenium. Elenium is the fundamental power source for all alien technology. It is a translucent yellow material that resembles amber in appearance and forms the core of the alien power source recently recovered, the rest of the device ultimately proving inconsequential. Detailed analysis of Elenium's molecular structure reveals an incredibly dense atomic arrangement, allowing the material to store energy in quantities previously thought impossible. Despite this, the material remains inert and has a half-life of nearly 1 trillion years. It can be cracked if enough mechanical force is applied, but this will not cause an energy discharge. This can be explained by the exceptionally stable arrangement of atomic chains, which also contain a clue as to how to unlock the energy trapped within. Each chain contains regular weak bonds that can be broken with a precise application of energy. By specifically targeting and breaking these weak bonds with a laser, one can easily generate a controlled energy release of virtually any size. This leads me to believe that Alemia is no more than an incredibly advanced alien battery. The molecular structure is not one that would occur naturally nor contain any inherent energy of its own, but it makes a perfect method of storing the output from a far greater power source. As we have no way of recharging Alenium and will almost certainly be using it to power any new technology we develop, we should make an effort to recover as much as possible from UFOs and alien ground forces. And this gives us, oh yeah, I forgot the alien alloy fabrication. Probably Alenium explosive, since it's an immediate upgrade to several different things. And another UFO. Oh, we probably need to start making, well, I'd like another Foxtrot, but we are busy making the weapons. And normally, if they disappear off the radar, you can go and patrol for them, but that one actually went into outer space. And our Foxtrots are not capable of going to outer space, so that is not an option. That would be pretty cool. Maybe late game. And another one, hopefully we'll catch this. And one on the other side. Hopefully our Condors can catch this. It does kind of make sense to pair Foxtrots with Condors, just because they have two kind of different roles, but the speeds, in my opinion, make them bad to pair together, because the Foxtrots will only move as fast as the Condors. So then fast-moving UFOs like this one over here, it would never have caught. But this should be easy. A scout can't even dodge our torpedoes. One from each should do it. Oh, apparently not. There we go. Alrighty. And again, we're with this situation. If we leave now, we would probably be in another night mission. Let's see. 12 hours, yeah. We'd be right in the dead middle of night. So I would rather wait until we would be there in the daytime, because yeah, as you can see, don't like doing night missions. And it's usually a bad idea to shoot them down over the sea unless it's their last resort, because then you can't get any money, you can't invade them, you can't do anything. It's just a complete loss of opportunity. It does still improve your relations with the nation, but generally, since I have plenty of fuel left, I will tail until they are over land. Though, of course, since he's so much faster, apparently he gets away. Oh, there we go. He turned around. Though we have 19 seconds of combat fuel, I think we can make it work with that. You do have to be careful when you get into advanced airfighting missions, because units do use up fuel based on how fast they're going. And you can use it up pretty quickly if you're not watching it. And now we have two options. Well, this should be fun. Let's make sure we are fully manned. Change this person. I think it was a heavy weapons that we lost. Yes. Wow, he is apparently not terribly strong. I guess that will have to do. Probably. Well, I was going to give all four of the other people armor, but he would probably not be able to move. I definitely need one flashbang. I really need a med kit. But that time unit penalty is pretty heavy. This one person should be able to equip a decent amount. Yeah. He'll be our grenadier. And a sniper. I think that should be alright. Alright. I think that will do it for this episode. When I get back, we will have 2 potentially terrifying missions. I really hope we can end our streak of losing somebody in every single mission, because that is not a winning solution for this game. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you come back to witness my continuing journey towards terrible, inevitable destruction in the world that is insanely difficult Xenonauts.